We are Legion.
We are all.
We are one.
We are
Watching. Nutty.
Hey folks, how are you? Welcome back to another fun-filled week with the Hoardcast. I am Tedsallis. At my side, as always, is the lovely and the talented Padme1138. How are you?
Fine, don't make it weird.
I stopped right there for your. But I know.
Your instinct is to make it.
Some days
weird.
I just get carried away on flights of fancy. You know how I am. And with us is we have a guest this week. We're completing our crossover contract. Although I would do it just for fun.
Yeah.
We signed those contracts and we signed everything. With us today is Dan from the Skuttlebutt Podcast.
Yep.
Known as QuiGonJinnAndTonic in Star Wars. I don't know. Are you the same in Marvel?
All of them, all the top apps.
I should know that because I cross traded like half the Earth to you.
Yeah, we've done some impressive cross trades. So
yeah, I'm actually looking back at some of the stuff I traded and sold away, and I'm like, man, wow, I wish I'd held on to some of that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, but I was getting bonked. I mean, there was early going stuff where, oh my God, it was just crazy. The cross trades that would come in for that stuff. It was so fucking hot.
Yeah.
Literally, like, people were like coming back to Star Wars, cracking the vault on dead accounts and trading everything for Marvel. It was nuts.
Well, because I remember one of the big things I got from you when that app first started was that Thanos Reserve. I mean, and that's obviously the big ticket item over there. But yeah, that was. I remember the conversation because I was like, hey, like I have this in Star Wars. I think you'd want it. You're like, yeah, the value's there, but the Thanos that's gonna be moving up. I was like, look, I'll overpay, and I just remember like having this negotiation where I'm just really trying to get this duplicate Thanos, and then of course I traded it right away because that's how these apps work.
I went through several of them in the early days. I'd get one on eBay and then hang on to it a little while, and then I'd be like, oh, it's popped up a little bit here. I can get some nice value out in this, and go that, and then go right back in later and get another one, or I'd see a deal on one or something and get another one, and then just keep moving with those. But boy, I haven't touched one in a long time. That's the vintage Han. It really is.
Absolutely.
So obviously, Dan is a big expert on Marvel, and we often defer and refer to his podcast, The Skuttlebutt, because they do such a great job and know it deep. And I tried to study a little bit so we can be somewhat topical.
What?
Yeah, I know.
You studied?
I did.
Oh, man.
I opened the Marvel app for about 5 minutes a few minutes ago, and then I went back to playing Angry Birds. So.
That's about where it ranks, I think, for most people on the app, like in order of when they open it.
No, they do some nice stuff, but I want more man thing. So anyways, stepping out into the digital world of digital cards, it's magic. Tarot cards. Do you do this one, Dan?
I don't, because I'm a giant wuss. I don't really do scary movies. Actually, last night was the first time I saw most of the Friday the 13th movies.
Oh, well, that's an effectively scary movie. The movies that are in tarot cards are not.
Okay, gotcha.
You'd have to be like the most gullible person on earth to ever be like even the least bit scared of anything in any of those.
Yeah, I just don't really I just don't have an interest in a lot of the horror stuff, so it never really grabbed me. But I know you guys are pretty big into it.
It's fun. I started it on a lark, and it's still very much a lark. But I enjoy it. It's it's not even a guilty pleasure anymore. It's just a pleasure. Especially the Star Wars and a lot of the top apps have really gotten very high octane, super a lot of pressure, on stuff. And that one's a nice one just because there really is literally no value. And everybody's just so goddamn nice over there. I mean, if you say,
nice.
I need this card to finish my set, there's 5 guys just throwing it at you for a base. It's crazy. It's just so.
Yeah, man. No, that and that kind of community, I think, is insanely important. I was actually I was actually just on our subreddit. I was looking at old posts, and you actually wrote one on our subreddit, and when people were kind of starting to get a little bit fed up with that behavior you're talking about, the very like cutthroat thing, and you're like, listen guys, like it's gonna work out. You'll form a community, and like that's what this is. Like it's really important to do that, and that's what this is gonna be. And I just remember being like, man, I wish that would have happened.
So I didn't have, I wasn't a fucking Nostradamus on that one. It never.
No, but you made excellent points.
Nope, we all turned on each other like rats and dogs.
It was that damn venom. Yeah, no, but I mean, you're exactly right. And that's excellent. That's kind of the attitude over in tarot cards is.
It works there. I guess. And I think it does have to do with value. And, when people are fighting, when there's no money involved, people can be super friendly, but you get that root of all evil going, then you got problems. But I mean, I wish actually that it would get to the point where tarot cards got so popular that people started buying and selling and selling off old stuff on the Bay, because I'd love to pick up some 2017 stuff. I wouldn't pay a ton for it, but I mean a lot of that stuff is really fucking rare. A lot of it's just dead. It's gone. Bye-bye.
Right.
So it's fun. So, but right now, this time of year, he basically just flops across the line on November 1st, and he's pretty much done for the year. There'll be a couple of little things here and there, and there'll be some previews moving in. I'm going to be sitting down with Previn, I think, really soon. It feels like he may be getting to a point where we can talk.
Sure.
I'll be chatting with him and looking at, the coming year and what he's going. He basically had a completed build that he was going to roll out this year. And because of issues with the store connections, he was never able to do that. So he basically pushed a few updates to get some feature sets in that weren't there before. But so my big question is, has he ever resolved that? And is that something that's coming soon? Because he was showing a lot of things in the new build. And it was beautiful. It was things that we wanted to see. And because it's a pretty clunky app, but it's a one-man band. So what are you going to do? You can't.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. It's like, oh man, you did this all yourself. What a jerk.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's an incredible job what he does. So I never have any complaints, but always looking forward to more because he always delivers. So that's pretty much. They've got a movie, topical, horror, dumb, probably really bad. Last Thanksgiving. Last Thanksgiving. I think of it as the last Thanksgiving. My dad will be able to dominate the conversation by talking about Trump.
Well, there you go, man. We're all hoping for that.
My dad's not even at Thanksgiving. But I'm sure a lot of people are thinking that,
I'm sure.
They'll be real quiet at Thanksgiving this year.
Please.
Well, you hope.
They'll just be bitching about Kamala.
Probably. Yeah. Well, they'll be waiting for the knock at the door where she comes to take their guns. And the turkey and Christmas presents.
Oh, man.
Apparently that's all canceled. So anyways, blockchain
Hand over the wrapping paper.
Blockchain had kind of a whimper story yesterday. I felt kind of sad. The Atari thing that I mentioned that dropped a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Basically, as I said at the time, it felt like it was overproduced. Mm-hmm. And they said at the time, so maybe this is what we're just going to sell what the demand is. That's basically what they did. They had all these packs they dropped when the thing launched, and the opening day jitters of opening packs and all that bullshit, which seems to be resolved now. But they said at the time that these are burnable, and at some future time, all unsold stock will be burned.
Right.
And so yesterday at 3:00, basically all the unsold packs, boxes, they had different levels, and they still obviously had stock available. They basically shit canned it and roasted it.
That's perfect, man. That's just art imitating life, right? And they're if you find,
they should have said that they were taking it out to a desert in New Mexico to bury
dumping it in a pit and burying it and not telling anyone where it was at. Yeah.
Yeah. Just do the ET number on the thing.
Oh man. I want to say those got found. I thought I read a story that like somebody was looking for them and he found them, but
somebody did find. They found some of them and they were actually selling them on eBay. And for a lot of money, and they were just completely fucked. I mean, they were just smashed flat and covered with dirt and just, don't put that in your machine.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, that's funny though.
I gotta know, Ringo.
See that? Yeah, man. That's something else they could have done though. Release, give me a smashed copy of a smashed copy of whatever Atari
they did
game.
A lot with the variants and stuff. There were so many freaking variants. I think.
Okay.
I want to say at least 6.
Gotcha.
There was a lot. So and then there was a bunch of boxes too. I mean, I want to say at least 30, possibly 50 different games that they had boxes for. It was a lot.
Oh man. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. What? Damn.
No, I mean, I talk about something like that and I say it's a big set. That's how we would think about it. That's a set that I need to collect. Right. In that market, in the blockchain stuff, that it doesn't feel like there's any of that.
No, I think the only real like set collecting I can ever remember was that original GPK.
Did you actually go out and finish that set of base?
Oh God, no. I once people kind of started getting really into them, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna, because I was one of those people who won one of those gold base, or whatever you call it, and I ended up doing a cross trade with that somehow, luckily. But then
I recall, a massive cross trade.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but yeah, it was a big horn.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a you got to say a 5 at the time, probably even more, but every day $500 bill.
Yeah. No, I mean it's but after that I just shelved them. So they're just sitting there. I'm waiting. I don't want to mess with all of the wallets and that sort of thing. And so that, I think, is what they really shot themselves in the foot with, was not having an app or like an actual like place you can go and like trade and stuff. It's just a website, and it feels so weird and
clunky.
Yeah. And you have to know all this stuff. I remember trying to figure it out. And one of the guys who runs the Facebook group for it, he's super great on there, but he was explaining it, and he's like, you're gonna want to get this, like it was literally like, it looked like a USB drive, but he's like, this will like secure your account because it like encrypts it. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking do that. So I guess mine's linked to Facebook. So if somebody takes these cards, I guess have them.
For your Wax wallet?
Yeah. It's just like
it's clunky that it's all on a website, and I don't know. It may be because our expectation is, and because of our experience over the years playing on our phones with trading apps and stuff like that. That's so you're geared for that. You're already like, oh, okay, I know exactly how all this works. And especially if you're doing a bunch of different apps, you find your way around each of these different apps and how to do what you do there. Mm-hmm. And this, it's just so clunky, and so. And there never feels like there's any community. It's just like, boom, like you say, it's just like a website. And here I enter and do this stuff, but there's no back and forth. There's no talking, no bullshitting, any of that. No. Some of it, obviously not all of the conversation in these apps is sparkling, great conversation. Right. But it doesn't feel like there's another person out there, really. You're kind of blocked off.
No, I mean, a trade doesn't feel like a trade. It feels like, it just feels like you're buying something from someone.
It's super transactional.
Yeah, which, and that's fine if that's how people want to do it. It wasn't what I was looking for. I honestly don't even like the cards. I just I saw it was a new thing, and I was like, I'm going to try it.
Well,
it happened to work out.
In on that, like 20, didn't you buy 125 pack or something?
Well, I also did the Tiger King because it was like at the time so hot, and so in total, I'm probably in it for like maybe 75, I guess.
That's not bad. But you won. I mean, you tore it up with that freaking cross trade, bro. So.
Right. So
winning the gold, I was just like, oh, when I heard about it, I was like, oh, please. Of course, I'm never gonna fucking get anything like that. And then our poor friend, our other friend Dan Anderson, got one as well.
Oh, excellent.
And god damn, did he go through hell trying to fucking sell that thing? Jesus.
Oh man.
Because he just wanted cash, and
right.
I think he sold it twice on eBay. And the first guy just completely stiffed him. I mean, literally, like ran it up to like $750 or something, and it just walked away and never paid him.
Yeah, I just won't do eBay sales with stuff like that. I just won't. I mean, I won't name names. I guess I don't know if how it works for you guys here, but
no, we want all the juicy gossip in the world of digital gods.
And
you spill that,
but
girlfriend.
You already know who it is, though.
I turned into Charles Nelson Riley.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Wow.
No, but there is that account, and I can't remember the exact number that's associated. It's like HW23 something. But his game is to go on eBay, and he bids it up, and he buys it. They send the card, and he just sends, he gets a refund for it. He was doing that for a while.
He didn't do that lately, has he? I mean, I remember years ago there was talk and a rather large Reddit post, which may have since been deleted.
Yep.
In reference to all that, but I wasn't aware that was an ongoing thing. Now there was somebody that recently did that. There was another person, because I had actually sold some stuff to him, and I was sweating through the 60 days here to see if I was going to get tagged, because Jen Clark Rowry got pasted.
Yeah, I remember that. Because I think there's like a whole thing with like the person's info getting posted on one of the Facebook groups.
Yeah, and that wasn't entirely cool.
I saw it. I
understand you're pissed off and you lost some money or something like that, but you
you can't be posting.
That's like pointing guns at people these days. It's really, really fucking dangerous.
It really is, and granted, are they completely wrong? Yes. Hundo P, I'm going on the record. But you want to be a little bit cool, I guess, about how you try to rectify the situation. You're personally going to try to find that info, I guess, and do that.
I had heard that this, and I'm in no way defending somebody that's going to do chargebacks, but I had heard from a couple of people that were in that situation that they reached out to them and they made it all good. Apparently there was some kind of mix up with a credit card that was involved with work or that kind of situation. Which is, again, you got to take personal responsibility, but it sounded like in a couple of situations they actually did. They should have took care of all of them. You bought it, you should pay for it.
Well, it was at the point where I understand it was on the level of like thousands of dollars, which, if that's the case, I just, I don't know. It seems weird to me. But it's why I have this philosophy where it's almost like anything above like $100 or $200 won't even touch eBay. Like if it's got to go on eBay, it's just staying in my account. It's mine.
Well, it didn't used to be so much of a problem. I mean, I had never heard that except really a very, very few situations. So I don't know.
No, and you could be absolutely correct. I just know, I heard it from some people whose word I trust, I guess. So at that point it was like, okay, I guess just moving forward, I'm just going to assume this is the case and that's the safest route. But, it's probably just me being overly cautious, to be honest with you.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You can't get burned if you're super careful.
Right.
That was all. I mean, we got way off track from Atari Shred. That was my name. Atari Shred, which sounds like totally cool, man. That'd be a great name for a band. We're Atari Shred. Woo!
Okay.
We love you, Cleveland. What do you think?
Okay,
we're doing it. We're forming a band.
All right. I'll go to that show.
Well, Chester, you got the mustache. You definitely are.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna be the bass. You're the bass player for sure. With that mustache.
All right.
So, but
I'm accepting the call.
There you go. But kick and slam. Did you do anything with there? I did not.
No, I got to be honest over there too. I'm not gonna lie. If you're looking for a witty repartee, I am not here for that. For the sports apps.
You're right on the same page as us with bunt, kick, and slam, because every week we go bunt, kick, and slam. That really the only reason we even mention is because
I remember to open up bunt once.
That and also I just like to say bunt, kick, and slam.
Awesome. Yeah, I know the only sports app that.
Well, there you go. Bunt, kick, and slam.
I deleted kick so long ago.
Did you?
I don't even remember how long ago.
Tim still pops into our Twitter group, and he's showing these trades and stuff. He's like, "Oh, I got all this great stuff for so and so," and we're all just kind of like,
no idea what the words are.
You literally just could have put a dinosaur egg on the table in front of me and said breakfast.
Yeah,
I have
it's
no fucking idea what I'm looking at.
It's like trying to talk to a normal person about the digital card thing. You're like,
yeah,
you're like, oh, this is so cool. They're like, what the fuck are you
Glaze
talking
falls
about?
over
Like,
so quickly.
yeah, you're like, so there's this app, and just immediately, what?
Yeah. Well, luckily those conversations usually end before you get a chance to tell them you actually spend money on it.
This is true.
So they probably just think, oh, that's cute. It's like Candy Crush. That's harmless. Yeah. So Bun Kick Slam, nothing. Disney Collect. I haven't touched it, but they got some cool stuff coming, which we'll mention later because the D23 convention is next week, and obviously it's Disney app. They're going to have something tied in with that, and they do.
Right.
So we'll begin to that, and then oh boy, here we go. Marvel Collect. I kept waiting all this time to get to your favorite app, Marvel Collect.
This is the one. It's the one I know best. Yeah, man. Interesting week. You know, and you know, Jim and I talked about it a bit on the Skuttlebutt podcast. But yeah, in case you guys don't know, there's a massive awards kerfuffle. That's probably the biggest thing.
What was that?
Pops
Because
messed something up.
I saw you right? And I didn't. Was that the one with the card where you just got the one and then you got the award immediately?
Oh yeah.
No,
We did that last week.
We did that.
Oh, was it the omnibus, or there was another one actually? Just last week as well that occurred with.
Yeah, the award was Thanos. I think it was
Editor's Choice. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that one. No, this is a different thing. This is actually probably bigger. And I won't lie, it could potentially touch other apps. I'm not sure, so I don't want to make too many wild claims. But we had
no, we're also the location for wild claims.
Oh man. This is an exciting podcast.
We're the hot spot for all the latest gossip and wild claims.
I got the tea right here.
Perfect.
Bill, girlfriend.
So, anyways, we had this. It's what I would consider an ultra premium set as far as Marvel goes. The Inception Lightning set. That was. Yeah, you got a card by fusing 3 tickets. Those tickets were in diamond packs at roughly, I think it was about what is like 1 in 25 or 1 in 75 or something. I can't even remember the odds anymore.
But it was
I'm terrible
grouped with another. It was grouped in with something else in that same level, so the actual odds were like in the hundreds.
So your real odds of getting one of those tickets was about like 1 in 125 or like 1 in 75 or something, and then you had to get 3 of them. So if you total it all up at odds, the cost of one of these lightning cards is about $200. It would be. Yeah, it would be if you were
selling tickets on the Bay for, I want to say at one
point
$20. 20-ish, I want to say.
Yep, and that's where they settle because farmers, and that's just
God bless them. God bless them. Jesus Christ! If we had to pay tops prices for shit, fuck that.
Yeah, that's you're absolutely correct there. But so I went after the set. I just happened to be in a place where I ended up saying, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. Went after the set. The lowest card in the set was a Thor. It was about 11 cards lower than the next lowest card, and that one was 48. The Thor was 37 count. So these are very, very low count, especially for Marvel.
Wow. So then everybody's champing at the bit. They're waiting for this wonderful low count award that they paid thousands of dollars to get.
Yeah. It comes out. Obviously, everyone claims it, as is the new system that they have set in place. We don't know the award count for a couple of days. Finally, we figured out the award count is 43, which, quick maths for y'all is 6 higher than the lowest card in the set.
Interesting.
That's cool.
What a random, crazy happenstance.
One might say that's wrong.
Not supposed to do that.
It's not supposed to go that high. So, that caused a bit of confusion. Everybody was a little bit upset. I was upset.
Did anybody run down the extras? Did everybody start I mean, it's a pretty small blind list. You start blasting away and try to see if
I think
have a bunch.
There was a bit of confusion. I tried to tag the Topps rep, I guess. Topps Andy, I tried to tag him over in Marvel, see if we could get an explanation. I got nothing from them. There was nothing in app from them. There was zero talk about it at all. But then suddenly it changed. They took away the extra awards. The award ended up at 34, which is still really high completion rate. As I understand it, there's a fair number of people who are a little bit suspicious.
That's how it's going to go with a baller set like that, though. I mean,
right, and
level when it's cash, money like that.
Yeah, you don't leave it on the table, so you're going to finish your sets.
It's not no kid is going to open a couple of coin packs and get one of those, even one of those cards, let alone enough to do anything with. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it makes sense to me that the award would be about there. But the issue is, one, that this happened in the first place. Jim and I's speculation was that it is because of the award system that's in place, because there's a window for claims. They have their little process of figuring out if you have the set and then offering you the claim, and you claim the award. Theoretically, and this I guess would prove it, if you're fast enough, you can hop around from account to account and move your set around and create a couple extra awards.
You'd be amazed to hear that. I don't even think it's that difficult. I think it comes down to a programming error that we've seen in this build, and it's something we've seen play out this week with the rainbow chase, and a fuck up glitch in the way that the claim system works in that. And basically, they've patched it now, so there's no reason not to talk about it. Basically, if you took 3 fingers and lined them up on that claim button, and then just blast the fuck out of it when you go to claim. Don't just, ding, give me my card. You just fucking rail that goddamn thing for as long as the animation runs and come out, and you'd have multiples.
Really? Okay.
It's entirely possible somebody translated that over to the claim on that, or just got lucky.
Perfect.
Happened to use 3 fingers, they could get 3 awards just in one push.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow.
That seems to have been the glitch, was that basically it was, it would read for a longer period of time than it should have.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So, this is good knowledge, because at the time I won't speak for Jim, I guess, but I'm operating under the assumption that pretty much every award, since they implemented this new award system, is probably fudged a little bit on the numbers. This just happens to be such a low count that we didn't really, that you can finally notice.
Right. Or
this
or
time.
Care. Most of the
or
stuff
care.
is like, oh, hi, who gives a fuck?
So did they take the Thanos away?
So
they did take our Thanos away. That was my best card in Marvel. That award I shouldn't have gotten. Yeah, they took and they didn't give us anything for it either. They didn't give us no sorry or
they won't. They won't.
Give us sorry. They gave you thank you coins for upgrading once or twice this week.
Just overall in the apps, it seems like their mood this week, I don't know, maybe they're Trumpies and they're not in a good mood. I don't know. But they just seem like really pissed off about everything. I mean, because they sent those warnings to some people, and it was like, what? And then, they snarked at somebody on Reddit.
Yeah.
And
well, they were probably not feeling too happy this week either, because they got kind of called out on. Somebody noticed that a bunch of, basically all the Marvel apps had mods on as Topps employees. All the Topps employees were mods in the Marvel Reddit, the Star Wars Reddit, and the Disney
apparently
Reddit.
They aren't. I think I saw somebody say that they aren't.
They actually
fixed it on Star Wars.
Oh.
They actually were, but they were unaware of it, and it wasn't something like there was ever a conversation like, hey man, we're going to make you a mod, or them going and saying, hey, we need to be mods, or anything like that. It was just this, I think they had extended an invitation at some point to them for that, and then when they even looked at it, boom, they were mods.
Well, it's not a good look, because every time I paid attention to any of the apps this week, it was like, oh, Topps is being snarky about something.
Well, thankfully,
it's just kind of weird. It
thankfully feels like they never really had any true effect on any kind of conversation in the communities, because they were unaware of it, and that it has also been rectified. So they are no longer mods in
It has been rectified in Star Wars, possibly in Disney. I will tell you, I think I'm the only active mod for the Marvel subreddit. They were made mods before I was, thus I cannot remove them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
so
that's kind of Parm's baby over there too. So he's probably the one that brought them in, and it's more of an honorary thing than anything.
Right.
As you know, Mark popped up in the Star Wars Reddit and just hi guys, haven't seen y'all in a while. What's up?
Yeah.
It's just kind of a weird little pop up thing there. Very strange. So,
Yeah.
anything else horrible or wonderful happening in the world at Marvel Collect?
Oh man. Well, we have a transition now. They are introducing epic tier cards in Marvel. We had some, but they were just reserved for the VIP monthly cards. They just, I think it was Thursday, said that they were going to move some cards from the super rare to the epic tier. And then they were looking for suggestions on what they should move in the future, which we know how well that goes.
Bad idea. Please don't ask for suggestions.
All my cards are epic.
Every single one of my favorite
my
sets
collection
is, of course,
epic. Put it in the epic tier.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's something that Jim and I have wanted, I think, for a long time. We've been talking about it, that it needed to happen. Granted, if you're talking like something like the Thanos Reserve, that probably needs to go further. I would argue that now.
Well, where that's going when Legendary comes out. It's out.
Right. Yeah. Well, and this is.
Or
this
do
is
they have Legendary? Don't they have Legendary already?
We don't have a Legendary tab in Marvel.
I mean, some of those early VIPs are like 6 and shit. Right?
The first VIP shield is 6 count.
Right.
And it's stuck in that epic tab.
Not for long.
That's the thing, though. I mean, we just got our first tier 10 base, and it's the award for that that fusion, that common fusion gold set. That's our first tier 10 base. It's just a weird week because they're starting to do things, but they're not like doing them all the way. They're just starting out. And I don't know why they wouldn't have introduced a Legendary tab at the same time. Just open them both up, so that people don't have to have another little, mind explosion next time they want to move cards.
People like to feel like they're listened to, and it's an easy thing to just leave out there for people to go, oh, come on, why don't we have a Legendary? And then they'll go, oh, we're gracious, and we're giving you asked for it, guys. Here's that Legendary tier you wanted. And everyone's like, yeah, I did it.
It's so crazy to me because Marvel is where that idea was introduced. If you remember when the app started, they said, look, this is how cards are going to work in this app.
Right.
That's how they and they said Legendary, down to common, and base tier 10 down to 1. And everybody's like, okay, it's not sure we're a fan of this, but whatever, that's how it works here. And then they just never did it. And then now they're making a big deal about doing it, but they're only doing it halfway.
Does it feel like in the epic tier that they're going based off strictly card count? Like, is there a high end card that you like a high end in terms of number of a card that you've seen in that bracket where it just seems like, okay, that's the cutoff? Or does it go, what is the lowest count card? The highest count card in there?
The highest one they've added is the Captain America Ross art at 659.
See that? I don't know. That kind of jibes with epic in Star Wars.
I'll tell you, the lowest super rare is 7.
That's where it gets maddening when you see stuff like that go on, and you're just like, come on now, this doesn't belong with these. Like those black and white. What are those? Not Moment's Edge. The other ones that Unleashed, yeah, the Unleashed ones. With the whites are like in the 20 and 30 count, and they're sitting at the top of commons.
Yeah,
and it's just like, what are you doing?
No, and
you understand what kind of trades people get if they have those cards?
Well, you can see it's very much it's an appeasement thing. The Black Panther Omnibus Purple
Appeasement
Award
always works well.
Right. Well,
history
sometimes.
Yes.
This is true.
A lot of people are saying.
Many people are saying. For sure.
So that Black Panther Omnibus Purple Award, that's a big one. That's a 300 card set. And those are, or sorry, it's a 100 card set. That's another fusion thing. It was a lot to go through to get that. It's sitting at 100 count. It's stuck in the super rare tab because that's where its inserts are stuck. There's plenty of these VIP cards that are sitting, certainly under that 659. So they did like a weird mix of using card count and
embracing the legend. You want to say, don't you? Because
you're
looking at sets that are super well thought of and putting them in those brackets, and especially I would think the older, more limited count stuff and those first editions, I guarantee you those are all in there. I was happy my stupid Infinity War concept set, that set from like the first week of the app.
Yeah.
I have that whole set, and that's all I have in that bracket. That's literally, it's like, this is your Infinity War concept bracket, Greg.
Well, it's just crazy. I'm now going through it. I'm scrolling through it as we're talking. If you remember the Hulk Smash set, that was, I think it was the second first print set.
Yeah.
It says, pretty.
No, I remember it. I don't know. I can't confirm that it was the second
but
first edition set.
Okay. But it's that ugly, it's purple and green, and it's really ugly. All those inserts, 250 count, put in the Epic Tier tab. If you slide your thumb over to that super rare tab, the award is sitting right there at 172 count. So once again, they did things, and that's great, but they didn't do all of what they should have.
So they put the award in a lower bracket than the rest of the set, in other words, because they do that all the time in Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. The award is super rare. It is lower count than all of the epic 250 count inserts.
They do that. They did that a ton in Star Wars, and they're still fixing it. Because when they first attached whatever algorithm to the previous database, whatever, magical translation it was supposed to do, somebody slipped a digit or something over there, and it's completely fucked up. Like all these, especially older sets, you'd have all the regular, and then on a lower bracket would be the award sitting there. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's just tons of examples of things that I don't think they really thought about it, or maybe they didn't think anybody would care. I don't know. But that Ultron Faces of Evil motion, that was the first big card in this app. I mean, at the time, you would have probably had to trade like 2, 3, 4 Thanos reserves to get it. Type of thing.
Wow.
It was the big card. That was the first premium marathon card. Now it's it's much cheaper, but that's sitting in the super rare tab. So it's this thing of they want people to think they're listening and doing things, but they're not really. They're just like scattershotting it, and it's frustrating to me because it could all be done very easily. It should be done. And I don't know why they have this resistance to it. We still don't have Gilded. We still, they're not going to release limited content. I don't think personally that Gilded should fall into that. Gilded should be that little cherry on top of a release.
Never say never, man. I'm telling you, never say never, because the philosophies of these apps change with the staff and the teams.
They do,
change like the seasons. We've been through so many of them in Star Wars, and you may already be on your second team over in Marvel now. So and it changes, and I don't know. It's almost reassuring in a way that sometimes that things are fucked up, because it feels like it's always human error. There's something really human about the way that Topps fucks up, where they're almost like this lovable character, this idiot that just keeps bumbling into rooms and breaking shit. And it's usually their room and their shit they're breaking.
That's fair, and there is something to be said for that. And it leads to, that kind of esoterica quality that I think people really miss about the old days of Star Wars. Everything feels very produced or manufactured these days. But there was like a real quality to that original Star Wars app, I think, where it was, you didn't know what was coming next. You didn't know when it was coming. It's just a strange feeling. There's stories to cards. And we have some of that in Marvel. not as much as we could have, and not as much, I think, as we should have. So
yeah, it was it was weird. The early days of Star Wars, everybody felt like everybody just kind of like wandered into this party, and they're all kind of like, oh, what is this? And I don't know, their community was like super important really early, and it felt like it never was with Marvel, because everything had been so much more established in terms of these apps, and a lot of people were coming from other apps, and so they didn't need as much of the hand holding or the the Q&A that we did in the early days with Star Wars.
Right.
So and that may have cost actually somewhat in the community, which is ironic.
Yeah, you become a consumer. You don't become a part of the app.
I see community happening with Marvel. I feel like a lot in the I'm in the Facebook group that Jim runs, and it's really well run and a lot of fun. And I see a lot of that type community, and even a little more open, because you're seeing people's real names and real faces and stuff like that. It's a different flavor to it, but it's nice. I mean, it seems like people are fairly cool to each other in it.
Yeah, and it's strange because it's once there's that break, and that's obviously how online things work, is once there's that break and you're suddenly anonymous, hiding behind whatever your gamer tag or username, whatever is, there is a bit of a like, oh, I don't have to be nice to this person. You like dehumanize people a little bit. I'm not saying it's super extreme and everybody's cutthroat all the time and stuff, but it's much easier to be all about the value when it is just a username and a profile picture. So in that regards, the Facebook group certainly helps. It's just, I don't think it's enough, because people still have that break. And the issue is really, for me, that Topps can facilitate there being a community. Topps should facilitate there being a community, because that's how they're going to succeed. It
feels like they try, and it feels like, like this digicast thing that they're doing and stuff, and they just start up a Discord, and once again, it feels like they're trying to do these things.
No, I understand. I guess coming from a Marvel perspective, and once again, this has largely become my sole point of interaction with Topps these days. I do a little bit of Star Wars. I would not really consider, not like I used to do. I mean, you probably saw me on the feed every single night, spamming, drinking and trading, that
a lot of drinking. I remember those days very.
We haven't exactly stopped. But,
I was gonna say, show me your coin, motherfucker.
So anyways, but no, it's it has become my point of interaction with Topps. It's certainly the redheaded stepchild. That's the phrase Jim and I like to use a lot to describe it. But that's what it is.
Marvel is
absolutely.
Oh, no. I don't agree. Maybe just everybody thinks their app is the redheaded stepchild. But
okay.
I mean, there's worse. I mean, goddamn, if you guys are the stepchild, there's other apps that are like the dogs that shiver in the backyard.
Well, I will tell you during Digicon, Marvel's portion of it was Andy got on. The three of the hosts played a small game where they tried to guess which superhero was not real. That lasted about 5 minutes, and they moved on. That was about the extent of Marvel's contribution to the Digicon. As far as I remember, Star Wars had several interviews with celebrities. Disney had interviews with celebrities, which, and I get it. Mark and Gabby run that show, and, their apps are just by default going to take precedence. Marvel, however, is still left aside. I mean, I see more. I think Mark is a fan of the sports apps, so those see more recognition in that official capacity. It's just over time it has become clear that it's like there's just not enough going on, or the same level going on, in what me personally would consider the three major apps, which would be Marvel, Star Wars, and Disney. I know obviously Bunt's huge. Bunt's
starting to settle down. I feel like almost the exact opposite. I feel like they're just a blur. of stuff going on. And most people I don't think pay as much attention to all of them, like all three of them. It's kind
Right.
of self-punishment on my part to even, being, remotely involved in all three.
Sure.
To even have to open them every fucking day.
Yeah. But it's just gotten to this point. Their newest thing that they're trying to do is they're trying to get their Digicon Twitch like concurrent viewer count up, right? They're trying to get that. I think 350 is the number. I'm assuming it's for some type of affiliate status.
There's all kinds. There's all kinds of little benchmarks that you hit, and you get into generating advertising dollars, I guess is what they're after. Like today I have a big 1 viewer on Twitch.
Excellent, dude. Hello.
So absolutely fucking check that box. Ka-ching.
Nailed it.
Yeah, boom, nailed it.
Monetize this, dude.
But that's why I do it. I watch the Digicast and I see that frantic scrabbling. Get all your friends to come over and stuff like that, so we can hit these numbers.
Right.
I'm like, okay, who cares?
But
I try to watch, and it's very difficult these days.
Yeah, but so they have
watch, and I was just kind of like, come on, man. Seriously, I like when they get into they were doing stuff yesterday with like Gabby was reading copy that they'd obviously prepared for her from Bunt. And man, she's fucking delivering that goddamn copy. It was great.
Well, if it's just her,
dude, seriously, like she's got mad hostess skills.
Yeah, she does.
She does. She's like was fucking like bringing it when she did that read. I was like, oh, you go. I mean, she really was great.
Yeah, no, I like what they're doing. I just sometimes it just feels like they view the app that I'm in, and once again, this is most likely just because this is my only point of contact for them, but it just feels like they use that app as like we could pimp this out every week for a few more viewers, and they're now currently doing that because they're trying to hit this benchmark and they're offering everybody a free Marvel card if they hit this number. And it's like, guys, you are choosing the wrong spot. We have one listener right now, and it's Call Me Nemo. I wanted to give it, hey, Call Me Nemo, thank you. He's all the way across the earth somewhere watching us on Twitch right now. Awesome. But yeah, it's just this case of they are, and they should be, if they want to hit these numbers, you should be releasing a Frozen.
I'm sure
card
they're hitting their numbers. They're probably getting paid 6 ways to Sunday over there. I think.
Well, sure.
Well at Marvel and all these. I feel like all these apps are doing pretty well.
Right. Yeah. I think quarantine kind of helped.
Yeah.
Push everybody towards that. So, but
leave it to Tops to be like, oh, there's a pandemic, and they're all like, yes. Everybody's gonna say, oh, Joe Biden's gonna lock it down. Yes.
That's how it works, man. I mean, that's how everybody, who can sell you something. It's like, dude, you got a stimulus check. I could take a piece of that.
Oh boy, the big game's coming in February. What are you gonna do with that stimulus check? Get on down to Best Buy.
Right.
All the best deals are in town. Okay, well, I think we have pretty much well covered the world of other apps, and we're going to move into
the big one,
mythical, legendary, epic world of Star Wars.
All right, man.
Yes.
I realized a while back that long-term commitments just aren't my thing, man. 30 weeks, 3 ways to 10. I can't do it. It's too much. I got myself a brand new jam. I'll be keeping it weekly, baby. I'll be keeping it weekly. I'll be keeping it weekly, baby. I'll be keeping it weekly.
Okay, Marathons in a Minute, Keep It Weekly Edition, Series 3. This is week 7 of this current fun run.
Seems like it's going really fast.
It is. Yeah. It is. Time is
7 of 12?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fast.
It's fast. So Sunday, Top's Choice, Editor's Choice, whatever we want to call it. It was General Leia. It was a nice card. Gilded Galaxy this week, we're working towards a classic shot of Return of the Jedi, Lando and Han. Before they're fixing to leave, and don't get a scratch on her, that whole thing. So
knock the whole dish off. Good job.
Knock the whole dish off the top.
Lando.
Well, there's no scratch. He just knocked it off clean.
He probably blamed him.
That's true. If it was a clean cut, I think it counts.
Yep. And Monday, of course, it was not Hera for Heroes. It was Force Awakens Han. Tuesday, I'm not going to forget droids this time again. It was a droidica. Oh, those droidicas.
Again, that's what we get for you letting your kids name shit.
Droidica.
George Lucas. His kid did name that one.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
that's
like
pretty
that
awesome.
one.
Yeah, he sure did.
It's a good one. I don't know.
I think Jet was the one that named that.
No, good for him. I like that.
That's some deep cut trivia. Who gives
Wow.
a fuck?
Yeah, man.
Jet doesn't even care.
Okay, Wednesday featured creature. It was Moroth, who apparently is a Gigaron.
A Gigaron. Yeah, there's that one dude that really likes him.
Yes.
Who is that?
What is that guy?
Who's the guy that really
Moroth
likes the
guy.
Moroth? Damn it. Oh, man, he's so cool, too. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, everybody knows who we're talking about.
Yeah,
It's
the Moroth guy. Somebody in Twitch has got to know. Because, yeah, there's
Moroth
only
guy.
one guy, and he loves the Moroth.
Okay.
And then, because, we still have not had enough politics. Still, to this point. The fan choice tournament.
Oh, my God. This one was ridiculous.
Oh, my gosh. But
is pretty bad.
actually, I realized that we now have figured out who won in the couple of weeks in the beginning.
Well, I mean, some weren't that hard to figure out.
Well,
I was surprised to see King Makuko or whatever the fuck his name
No.
was.
Well,
was
actually,
it?
no, I was surprised that he won.
Yeah.
Because, this week it was Leia versus King Machu. I call him King Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu, yeah.
So
I was really surprised to see him again. I'm like, he made it to the
Because
first round. Why? Who did that?
rolling back to when this tournament started, Mon Mothma went against Queen Karina the Great. So that means Mothma won.
Right.
Amidala went against Senator Andretha. Obviously, Amidala won.
That's easy.
Valorum defeated Tundra Daumia. Okay.
All right.
And Jar Jar beat Gale Travis. And King Machu Picchu had defeated Queen Mirage, which I'm surprised because I would have thought that the Queen was going to win that.
Is she the one after Padme on Naboo?
No.
No, okay.
She's bad.
Oh, that's Jamila.
Yeah. Jamila's. No, there's I think there's a couple more, but the Mirage, she's on a different planet and she's bad. She's not nice.
So who was Tundra? What's that name? Tundra?
Tundra Daumia. You like that? You like that name?
That's quite a name, yeah.
I was kind of just hoping it was just Tundra. It'd be like a transformer.
Permafrost Johnson. I want to be known as a type of
Okay.
soil.
You know, if you work in a certain industry, you can be known as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Leia versus Machu Picchu. So we'll find out in.
We're gonna find out that
weeks.
Leia won that one. Come
in
on.
a couple weeks,
Yeah.
we'll find out who won that.
I don't know what they did to get him even there, but he. Okay, so who's next? What do we got? Concept? Is that today?
Why are you rushing me, bro?
I'm not.
Bro, the heck?
It's the buff, bro.
Roll, man.
Okay.
I was busy enjoying the fact that we can now know who won some of these early contests. It's like.
It has
it's
weighed
like
heavily on Basul.
It's like these contests were finally certified or something, and their electoral votes were awarded.
Oh, I get it.
You get it?
I get it. Wow, that's timely.
Wow!
Man,
Woo!
you did it.
Yeah. Anyway, so Friday. Speaking of villains, it was Phasma, which it seemed like they had done her before, but I guess not. So it was Phasma. And then the concept today, what is it going to be? Can you look in there? What is there? Are you in there?
It's one of the Knights of Ren, Ushar. It's not Trudgeon.
Oh, dang.
So it sucks.
Cowards!
It sucks.
Cowards!
But there's enough weeks left, isn't there? I don't know.
Cowards!
I don't know. It's not Trudgeon. I thought it was Darth Vader for a second. It's a concept of Ushar.
Oh, he's not the best.
He looks very
He's
Vader-esque.
bad. He's not good.
It's just kind of like, this little figure.
He's not good. He's the one in charge of making sure their ship doesn't shoot out black junk into space, and he just, is not keeping up with the maintenance. He's bad.
Well, it's nice that they keep these always landscape. These are always landscape, but this is a card where he's just kind of stuck in the middle here.
With a lot of
like
white
that.
around him. It's like they could have easily put that, vertical.
It looks like he's in a lineup. Ma'am, is that the Knight of Ren who took your bike?
No, it's not.
Oh my god.
No, the one that took my bike had a huge blade.
Huge blade.
He was the best.
He was the best, clearly.
I tried to chase him down. I couldn't. He was the best. He was so fast.
Like all I can think of is The Usual Suspects. That opening.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it looks like.
I was gonna say the line. I was like, oh wait, don't. This might be a family-friendly show.
Blank white wall by himself. Like, okay, can I go?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that was the week.
That was the week. That was the
Okay.
week of what do you call weeklies, marathons. we used to call them. I don't know. Every time we think we've established, they're not marathons, they're fun runs. Okay, well, we'll change it, and now they're 5Ks or whatever. But so we just stopped naming it. You made it so tiresome to name stuff, Tops. It used to be fun,
Right?
Bring all the fun.
I know, and it's like when they have a screw up, it's like it's hard to even name the screw up because there's been so many.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were just talking about, over in Marvel, they fucked some stuff up. Wait till you hear the shit they fucked up in Star Wars, folks. Well, it's been fun. It has been a rock star party.
It's been a classic week of their work.
To foul up Spleefs and Blumberg. Yeah. So, the meditation chamber, I don't know how the fuck it's gotten to 15 because I'm going to rant here. Who the fuck is in charge of putting that goddamn shit in the goddamn store every day?
Stinky ass.
Why is this not automated? Because nobody remembers to ever fucking put it in the store. And it's almost like on a weekly basis, it feels like this podcast comes out. We bitch about the fact that the thing wasn't in the store. And then for a couple of days it is. And then they just say, fuck it again and forget. It's a 99-cent bundle. It's supposed to be daily. You get 250 crystals and you get, a pack of base and a chance at a black and a chance at the meditation chamber. It's a beautiful thing. A lot of fun for the people. And they always forget to put the stupid thing in the store. But in any case, the meditation chamber is now at 15. I also like to give information in the middle of my rants.
That's good.
I'll say, you're a shitty neighbor and your dog shit in my yard.
Still feels a bit ranty, but okay.
Right. I start out, just basically judgy, and then I give some information. That kind of cuts the grease on that whole thing. So I had some sets this week, and some of them were kind of fun. But Crystal, we have to do the
Okay.
Okay, ready? All right, here we go. Okay.
What am I supposed to do?
Here, we just lean backwards and forwards and sync. No, we got to be in the same. We're so white. So yes, we're a parallax card now.
That's amazing.
We're a parallax card. That was a Takadana set, came out this week, and so there you go.
That's awesome.
Replicated the effect there in the show, so that was awesome. And so Takadana,
because there wasn't enough parallax this week, we had to add some more.
Motion sickness.
Oh my God.
It's also playing off my soap poisoning. So talking on a parallax. Wow. That thing is so
very
loud.
Excited about parallax.
Fuck him. Goddamn. All right. So
you bought it.
Yeah. So Takadana Parallax, the first of many sets we were going to see this week, having no idea that was going to encompass every location in the Force Awakens. Really, it's all Force Awakens. Yeah.
For now.
So tons of parallax sets coming at us.
You've just shown them how easy it is to parallax shit. So
okay, and what exactly? What was the best card? What was the best card in the set?
In Tokadana?
Yeah, would that be the Kylo?
Yeah, Kylo.
Because that's where Mount Castle is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They ran through so many of these places I can't even fix the locations in my mind. Yeah.
Is that Kylo? It's the one I was anticipating.
And it was a small set. How many cards in that? 6, 7?
No, it's more than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe 11.
Yeah, that sounds right. I don't know.
Nah, who gives a fuck?
I don't know.
We collected it. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
There you
go. Didn't feel like it was super expensive. Pretty easy. I did a lot of it with coins and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you managed to get the Ray, it was pretty easy.
Oh, there was a Ray in that one too.
Yeah, because there's always a Ray.
Okay, of course. So that was like
that was Saturday.
So right away, Saturday, boom, here's another set, which they told us was happening.
Yeah.
And then what day was Mando static? Was that Mando Monday?
No, that was Sunday.
Sunday. Oh yes, Sunday.
The problems bled over into Monday and affected people getting their Mando Monday
certainly did
and whatnot.
Yes, it was fun.
Yes.
So they dropped a set called Static. Which is a repeat.
It's series 2.
Yeah, they've done this set before.
I don't consider it dropping it when it's a series 2.
No, it was a hot drop. Get that hot drop series 2 going.
It just flung it behind him into the flames as they walked away.
Like a bag of half-eaten hamburgers in front of, as they drove out of the parking lot.
Static Series 2. Here you go.
There you go.
Which is probably exactly what they did, considering the meltdown that happened in the app.
Yeah, well, so here's what happened. You had coin packs, but why would you? Everybody ever had a dollar or a credit card went and bought at least 150 crystals. Because if you bought a 150 crystal pack, it gave you 500 crystals plus a pack of cards. It was great.
I saw this.
And it was advertised as such.
Yes, it said so right on the thing. And everybody screen capped it. And we were like, well, this is the greatest deal ever. And thank you, Topps, for what a lovely benefit that you have brought to the community. And now it's really leveled the playing field and completely destroyed the economy. And
I was going to say, more than leveled it.
Drop is going to be a bloodbath. And so it didn't, how long did it last? It was a good, I want to say 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It was about
long.
It was about 20 minutes. And
wow.
Basically we figured it out really fast. And everybody in all the Discords caught on to it and just started blast. Because some idiot, of course, has got to go into the transmission right away and go, hey, the pack's broken. It's buy it 150, get for 500. And it was
I think somebody tweeted at him too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. Don't do that, guys.
It was the guy from DXT, the guy from the DXT podcast.
For real? What?
Tweeted at him. I was like, what are you doing, bro? Be quiet. We're stealing over here.
Yeah, man.
You gotta play your fucking harmonica somewhere else. Drawing attention over here. So that was fun. It went for about 20 minutes. Most people blasted away pretty good. And at least we got a bunch of free cards because they locked everything down. Then everything disappeared. The store completely, anytime.
Well, no, they went in emergency maintenance mode.
Well, first everything disappeared from the store because I was still there and opening a couple of packs. And they all of a sudden it wouldn't get, if the product no longer available, I go to the store and it's empty. It's literally a clean slate gone. And then maintenance mode.
Emergency maintenance
mode, yeah.
Gotta get that emergency.
Supposedly because of the Gideon card.
Yeah, that's what they said. I didn't have anything wrong with the Gideon card because I got that when they gave us that little weird apology lie pack.
That was
the lie pack with coins and here's the card too that you didn't get. I had just as many of those as I had of the other ones.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with that thing. So
that's
the whole
crazy,
thing was weird, but everybody got, for a few minutes, had I don't know, 10, 15, 20,000 crystals. And then they took them all back. Most people were able to keep a little bit. I mean, it depended really on, I don't know what. It seemed to be fairly arbitrary. I know a couple of people that maintained upwards of 10,000.
Wow. Okay. That's yeah, man. I don't know if you're in that situation. I guess if it were to repeat, I'm spending right away. I'm doing 4 packs. I'm spending. I'm doing 4 packs. I'm spending. I'm doing 4 packs. I'm spending. I mean, you can spend some change in 20 minutes on these apps.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it definitely crushed it, and it didn't. It seemed like the counts weren't as bad as I expected. They're around 2,000 on those statics. And I don't remember what the previous counts on those. They sit in uncommon, so nobody gives a fuck about them.
Right.
But that was a lot of fun. And the whole Gideon card resolution pack didn't make any sense at all.
Nope. That sounds like Topps. That is.
Oh, it felt like that, that one gif of the guy with the knives and the misdirection, all the magic shit.
Yes.
It just seemed like misdirection. Because everybody pretty much knew what happened there.
Yeah, everybody knew what happened. It's like, oh no, it was this Gideon card. There was a issue with it, and we had to pull that and fix that, and that was
No, that's not.
Nothing else to see here.
I don't believe that's what the problem was. And then
everyone knows what the problem.
And we pretty much already hit on the other glitch was the pack claim that basically on the new activities they had these.
So many freaking activities.
So many activities. Dude, I still have not finished that fucking perfect run.
I'm on 2 again.
I did the first one like so many times and finally completed it, got to the second one and blew that one and go all the way back and start over.
That's where I am right now again.
Seriously, I'm not even starting it again.
Jim was setting alarms. He was waking up in the middle of the night to do it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he's like, man, I'm gonna do it because I give you what he said. The first like 100 or 500 people to do it got free crystals. So
yeah, and that's all played out. So really, all it gives is 150K
then why am I doing it?
Coinoids. So, but yeah, we already hit on the rainbow chase glitch and the basically 3-fingered salute on that one. Basically, you could just blast that fucker, it's hard as fast as you can, and get a bunch of extra tickets so that you can meld and stuff. So,
yeah.
Wow, the counts on these earlies are going to be pretty high. The ones later on are going to be lower because it's a bitch. It really is a fucking pain in the ass to move all those goddamn cards. It's really tiresome.
It's
not fun activities.
No.
They're like activities where it's like, oh, come on, kids, let's go do activities, and the activities are yard work.
That's amazing.
Whoever can rake the most leaves into that corner over there gets a prize and go.
I was actually the 07 raking champion, I'll have you know. So
it turns into that fucking game show from Nickelodeon all of a sudden.
Awesome.
Slime on kids, whatever.
Yeah, I like the idea, this whole events thing. I'm really hoping it makes it over to Marvel, but
do you though?
Yeah,
it will.
I do. Because I think there's some real chances for some interesting things to do. Hopefully, it's not just hopefully they advance past the open a mystery box every hour type thing.
I'm sure they won't.
No, they won't.
No, they won't.
No, they won't.
Even still, it's
like one of those Farmville games, where basically basically this tedious thing. Oh, I gotta go collect my crops. Gotta go collect my crops. Gotta go plant sweet potatoes or whatever the fuck, and
but that's part of it. We were talking earlier about everything being manufactured and produced these days, and that's part of it. It's all gamification. Every single part of it has to be gamified. So you're just creating consumers, and they do their scheduled consuming, and then they close the app and they come back to do it, and that's fine. I would hope that somewhere along the line that they use this opportunity to do something more interesting. That's just
capable.
Well, I just think it's funny how over time, like all the things that Crystal bitched the most about in the new build have just gotten to be all there is now. I mean, it's more and more. Oh, do you hate the fucking workbench? Good. You're gonna spend your whole fucking day
I hate Fusion
workbench.
I hate it. It's the worst thing. I hate that's about half of the missions I get every day. I hate missions, first of all. Not a huge fan of that. They should just give us coins.
Yes, they should give us unlimited free coins. Agreed.
Well,
all in favor?
Aye.
And it is so passed as the chair of the School Accountability Board of Hoardcast. I just passed that.
Okay.
Next on the ticket
Next
is a new name.
Next on the agenda, I call this mission.
Oh, you know what we forgot in going past Tokodana?
What?
Quiggled.
What about Quiggold?
They have him wrong.
Oh, that's right. They got him as Cookie Tug.
Yeah.
Which is totally wrong.
That's totally wrong. That's like
I don't even know who that character is.
Aliens. That's not Cookie. That's Quiggled.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm like,
how did they get that wrong?
How did they get General Taggy and Chief Bass wrong, which is still wrong?
Guess what? Sneak preview on Quiggold. Get ready. Get ready.
They're never gonna fix it.
No.
I'm like, you're a Star Wars app. You have to supposedly get this shit approved by Lucasfilm. Come on, man. They know who these people are.
You know who you are. You know what you did.
There's so many mistakes. There's so many. I mean,
so many.
Yeah, we have a set. We have a set over at Marvel. It's what is it? It's like Earth. It's supposed to be like 982. Earth 982. Since it came out, all of the cards say Earth 892. It's like, guys, you had one
different universe. You stupid assholes.
That's a few Earths off. Yeah, that's about 90 Earths.
And the funny thing is, it probably that universe actually exists, and all the characters they had on the cards are wrong.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the universe where all the Marvel characters are made out of clay.
Maybe it might just be an inside joke. Yeah, we're just everyone missed it.
There probably is that universe, and that's what it is. Everybody's made out of clay. It's the claymation Marvel universe.
Yeah. But I'm like,
there you go.
how?
Or it's that universe from what was that one show she used to watch, the Superhero Squad, with that crazy great theme song? Sounded like it was from The Offspring. Do you remember that show?
Wait, there was what from The Offspring? Really?
It sounded like it. It sounded like an Offspring song. Was it Superhero Squad? It was that the Marvel superhero show that Zoe used to watch. It was fucking hilarious.
The one on Disney.
Yeah. It had
like 5 million.
It had and the theme song was so fucking long. It was like the full length of a song. Like
that's awesome.
3 minutes.
That's for the parents.
Yeah, and sometimes it wouldn't even be the first thing in the show. They'd like have some stuff going on the show, and then all of a sudden it cut into it. You thought, oh, we missed it. No,
they're cold opening this children's cartoon.
Yeah.
They're pretty weird. It's pretty weird show.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So on Monday we had Mando Monday in celebration of the previous week's release of episode on Friday, and so we had our weekly card set, and we also had our Rainbow Chase. No, I'm sorry, the Mando Mondays.
Mando Mondays.
So who was the? It's 3 a week. Yeah, who was it? No, it's a bunch of them.
What the frick are you talking about, bro?
I'm talking about the Mando Monday variant.
Mando
There's 10
Monday's
of those.
10 cards every week.
10.
You're a mess.
I only got 3.
I sent him an agenda that made sense, and he did some edits here that are just, I don't know. I don't know what.
I edited you all into my nightmare world, so congratulations.
It's all like a Jackson
Okay,
Pollock
well, so
there.
it's 10. How many are there? And so it's 10. And then the
and
other
then
question
it was
is,
also
who was
to
it?
confuse you. What do you mean? Who was it? It was a bunch of 10
Name
characters.
all the characters.
Hux. Next, move on. That's all we need to know. Hux was
There you go. Hux is in the wave. That's it.
Okay, well,
It was the Hux wave.
I can only give you 1 point for that.
It's Hux and the other 9.
I can only give you 1 point for that. So that was cool. So they had Hux. That was great.
It's the Hux wave.
And then they had those episode 10 cards, which
episode
are
10
fun.
cards from the, just scandalous episode of Mando.
Oh, are we getting into this now?
Really? We're going to cancel Baby Yoda? Really?
No one's canceling Baby Yoda, but it is a little bit weird when you think about it.
It was problematical. Yeah, it was definitely problematical.
He's a baby!
Yeah, we talked about
baby!
Yeah, he wanted to eat them eggs.
Do you ever see Mando giving him like some goldfish or anything? Some goldfish.
That's true.
Cheerios.
Or some Cheerios?
I would actually really appreciate a scene where Mando just like digs out a little baggie of Cheerios and hands it to Baby Yoda.
Or gave him a
like,
juice box.
Give him a juice box.
A juice box.
Give him a little space box.
That would be amazing. Like there's like some kind of thing on his belt. And like, all of a sudden he goes, hold on a second. And he pushes a button on his wrist and then it pans down real quick to the belt.
I like this.
And then a little thing opens up and then he pulls out this like, metal box. And then he pulls the straw off and pops it in and gives it to the kid.
You gotta have him like standing there in the Razor Crest kitchen, just be like, I can give you one warm. And then he opens a fridge, or I can give you one cold.
Well done, sir, man. You connected the fucking dots on that one.
There you go.
That was okay. We gotta move on. We gotta move on. But Baby Yoda, boy, he's in trouble. People are mad at him for eating all the Frog Lady eggs. He left most of them. And I actually had a argument with, not an argument, but basically I said in our little spoiler group that I felt like Baby Yoda really wanted to eat that baby, that frog lady baby. They're all petting it. And I thought the whole time, I'm like, don't turn your back on him. Don't turn your back on him. And he was always kind of like, I don't know.
He's really eager about it. And I'm like, dude, you want to eat that thing. I can tell.
His face is getting really...
he's like grabbing at it. He's, with the stubby little...
Mando told him to be on his best behavior, though.
Yeah, but he's a baby. He doesn't understand that.
They cut away to something. Somebody says something in the scene. They cut away. When they come back, he's got like a little napkin tucked in the front of his thing.
Just the tail of the thing. Just
he's got his knife and his fork. Here we go.
No, I don't think he chops his food, man. He's all about just eating whatever whole.
That's to just unhinge his jaw and swallow shit.
Spoon.
Yeah, Crystal went crazy this week because That's a spoiler. Anybody that didn't watch The Mandalorian yet.
Now
Yoda
we're saying
eats
it.
with a spoon at one point, or tries to, and it's really fucking cute.
It's pretty great. Yeah.
I mean, it's just been a great season because it's like routinely every week I'm screaming at the TV about something.
I watched it at
for
work
us too, because like we're on schedule where we can't really look at it in the morning. You know, I mean, we're sleeping later and stuff, and just okay, we're gonna watch it when Crystal gets done with work. So when she gets done with work, so we're literally like, everybody was like, "Oh shit, avoid the internet about the new episode." So we'll get to that later, but it's been rough. So so we're always really excited when we get to see it, and then we stay excited the whole week until the next episode comes.
Yeah, man.
I'm that excited. Okay, so the other thing they dropped new was the ship specification and salvages. Those are really cool, very reminiscent of the build-a-cards that we had in Days of Yore.
Yeah.
So you collect a few different cards, which seem to be currently only available in cargo drops.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure that out before I stopped buying rando packs.
It's in lock-on apparently also as well in the pack.
In the pack?
In the pack if it's on the bottom row. If it's in the top row,
one there right now.
If it's in the bottom
how do you guys
row,
figure this out, man?
You have a possibility. I keep getting the same one, the twin ion cannon, but it's cool because
just build a ship out of
that's
twin
a Y
ion
wing.
cannons.
It's a Y wing on that ship, so I'm cool with that.
Just build a ship out of that. It's just all ion cannons.
Well, I want to build a Y wing really badly. I really, really want, but they're going to be around for a long time, hopefully, and I'll get a chance and get some pieces. I mean, if they had a pack that threw those at odds, I'd probably be throwing at it because I'd like to build the Y wing.
Merv, no, that you got to get them through all the activities.
That's true. Merv Albon, Darth Albon, already did the Inquisitor one.
Oh, nice.
I guess the TIE Advanced prototype V1 or whatever. That's the Inquisitors.
Okay, that makes sense.
I guess he first appears in the show in that, and that's the only time also that he wore his helmet.
No. Now I'm learning.
Now, I just knew that, right? No, I learned that from Merv. Merv, when he was talking about it the other day, mentioned that. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm pretty sure it was Merv. If it's broken name, he's going to cut my head off and put it on a pike right next to Dr. Fauci, right next to him. But anyways, I like those ship specifications. Those are cool, and I want to get that Y-wing. It looks really awesome. They have lore on the back. You know, it's all the geeky shit about ships for ship geeks, which I am one. Those are really cool. As soon as I saw it, I was like, where's Ro Mason? Ro Mason, wake him up. Get him over here right now. I guarantee he was going nuts. He may have already completed one or two of them.
Yeah, I just got my first pieces in some cargo drafts tonight, so I won't complete any of them, I'm sure. You know, I rarely check the app, but maybe. I'm
going to try. A lot of people are, I see a lot of people out there looking for components, very few people trading components, and they're probably all the same components. And if it's, the rare ones, there's a bunch of them that are really tough to pull. And,
okay.
I'll tell you what, the counts on those are just super fucking low right now. So the other ones are in the, tens of thousands, I think, already.
Oh, wow. All right.
But there's a bunch of them that are really low. So I'm not going to see a lot of melds on those anytime soon. But I loved in the copy for that. They said the title was Scrap and Scrounge and Scavenge for ships.
Which is so appealing.
I know. I would be a scrappy scrounger and get out there and build my Y-wing. That was fun for me. Yeah, I got a kick out of it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And then of course we had another Parallax.
But this one for this
one actually
is the Starkiller Parallax.
That's what made me do the sight gag, because I saw the thing online and wanted to.
It was the Hux. I can't do it because I'm going the different direction because we're backwards now. That's confusing me.
Cool. Okay. Well, yeah.
But it was the Hux one.
Yeah, so that was the one with the Hux in it.
And another.
All right.
Yeah, so it's a cute set, and but again, another Parallax set, and they weren't even done.
They got more.
Yeah, and they also dropped the TK Open Editions again, and there always seems to be a huge number of people who have never seen these again, and then they're like, "Why are the counts so high on these?" And it's wild. And our friend John, he's collecting all the avatars because he's crazy.
He crazy.
He loves the TKs. That's
He's
his thing.
crazy.
He's crazy.
He's crazy for
He's
TKs.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and he
And
likes
TKs.
TKs too. Yeah, he likes them both.
Yep.
And then, so then they dropped a set, which was when was that? The Mando Muted Paint. There were so many
It
sets
was
this
in
week.
chronological order. I had it on. It's in chronological order. As long
Okay.
as you didn't move them around.
I didn't.
It's chronological.
I didn't. I just put things in between the lines.
So the Mando Muted Paint, I think, was that Thursday, possibly
Somewhere around there.
because we're almost at the end of the list, so it had to be later in the week. So
Yeah.
Okay.
and that was a tiny little set.
Tiny little set, not horribly expensive again. And then they dropped another parallax thing, and I'm not going to do the special
parallax.
Not going to do the special effect.
But it should be. This would be the background because it's the Resistance.
Was it?
And it's a daily set. Although, is it really a daily, or is it going to be that just Monday?
No, it really is a daily.
Friday
It really is,
shit?
because it's a big set. It's like 15, 16 cards or something. It's
Ugh.
super
Oh, wow.
fucking cheap. It's like 1,500,
Yeah.
1,500 coin packs, and 1 in 5 odds. They're like it's a throwaway set.
Yeah.
The only thing that's keeping it even anything is the fact that it's only available 24 hours. So it's possible people will miss, because that tends to happen on 24-hour things, especially.
Yep.
It's so cheap. It really is, like, why wouldn't you get that set? But watch, people will forget to pull one day.
Yeah, that's kind of always how it works. But you look forward to that because it keeps your award count low, and I'm fine with it.
No, I always have extra cards, and I trade them to those people to drive up the award counts. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
I'm the devil. Yeah.
It's never the one I want.
So I'm not running the parallax gag again. And then they dropped last night the Mandalorian badges, super small set,
super small.
weird kind of drop.
Strange.
Expensive as fuck. Anybody that's going for gold, what are you doing? Oh my god.
Yeah.
$2. That's 500 crystal packs. You're only getting silver and the golds in the crystal packs. You can do bronze for coins.
Yep.
But the golds are 1 in 50, and those are 500 crystals. That's $2 a pop.
Yeah, man. That's
a lot.
Yeah, I had 3K crystals, just kind of chilling in my account this morning, so I blew them on that. Just to see if I could pull a gold. I didn't. As
some of my bonus coins that I got from the static fuck up, I threw at that. But
yeah, I figured if try to pull a gold, see what I could get for it. But yeah, man, it's an expensive set for sure.
Two of the cards are really nice too, and then one of them just kind of that stupid Darksaber one just kind of
it's
I can't believe they didn't have a better image that they could use for that.
One card out of a set, I'm not going to be too upset about it.
When it's a 3-card set, it's 33% of the set.
Still, I'm not going to complain, man. It could have been 100%. It could have been.
That's going to achieve is a 66.
It could have been 100% bad, Greg.
That's true. That's true. Well, most of the Mandalorian stuff's pretty decent. They do a good job generating, whoever generates all this artwork for this stuff seems to do a pretty nice job.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that. And then they added a feature. They've added it to a bunch of the apps. This cat's driving me nuts. A bunch of the apps, they've added this thing where if you respond to somebody in the transmission, then it will just like branch off into its own little sub conversation.
It makes a thread.
You have it in Marvel, right?
We do. I don't feel any sort of way about it. I guess it's just there. I don't know why that was a priority for them.
Because it's a social thing.
Well, I don't understand.
We got to make the app more social.
It doesn't feel like anybody's using it. I haven't seen. Maybe it's in response to what we used to call these coffee clatches happening in transmissions.
Yeah. No, man. I like that. That was always fun having the conversations in the trade feed that nobody else gave a shit about.
Some of them made it like infuriating to try to. Yeah, some got weird. And then
That's
some
fair.
made it hard to trade too if you were trying to finish a setup, and the whole transaction was nothing of my childhood memories of Star Wars. It's like, guys,
Yeah.
take it outside. At the comic shop, it's like, dude, the register's right here.
You gotta go, man.
Over here. Can you go down the counter a little ways? Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I gotta take some money in here too.
Yeah. No, it's I don't get why the feature was added. It works. Yeah, so that's a plus. It actually works, and that's great these days.
Oh my God, look at my cat. He's in heaven.
Oh,
he's in absolute heaven.
But
all right, that's
such
enough.
a dependent disorder.
Dude, seriously, quarantine's the best fucking thing that ever happened to this idiot. I used to be gone great swaths of the day, and now I'm stuck here all the time. And
Now he'll like go to the other side of the house or the next room, and the cat will lose track of him and start, crying
and howling.
because
oh my God,
left.
He's howling, walks around.
And then he's in the other room like, dude, I'm right here.
Good
Dude.
Lord.
And then he comes around the corner. He's like,
he's very high maintenance.
he's very high maintenance.
Yeah. So, did I miss anything in the magical world of digital cards, Star Wars, anything?
No.
Did I get it all? Did we get it all?
Yeah,
I hope we got it all.
I think so.
I hope we got it all. All right. Well,
what is coming soon? I have no idea. I didn't.
Well,
watch
this
QuiGonJinnAndTonic.
week they just sent out a bunch of flyers, and this week they've got the D23 convention, which apparently is all virtual this year.
I would hope so.
Yes. So, and they there's always different levels to that kind of thing, but there's going to be a lot of free stuff for people to do this week with D23.
Excellent.
And they're going to have tie-ins with the Disney app, the Marvel app, and also the Star Wars app. And the theme this year is Fantastical Worlds.
That'll cover it. That should cover it. So,
and so they've already shown some cards, and they've got a Hux card on the Fantastical World of Starkiller Base, and there's
which I saw somebody was trying to complain that that's not a world. That's their base. You don't call it a world. It's not Starkiller Base.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? It was a planet, right?
It's absolutely that's alum. That's where the Jedi got their crystals.
Yes. So
that's the planet.
Played Fallen Order. Yes,
It's a world. They simply renamed it.
I crawled up in the guts of that bitch. I was all up in the guts of that planet.
They just renamed it. It is a world.
I know about that. I don't like that so much. I don't like the up in the guts talk.
Well, I mean,
that much.
You played Fallen Order, right?
Oh man, I got to. It's a year out. I can say stuff about the game, right? That's okay. All right, cool. No, I got to Malicos. I got to like the boss fight with him, and I was like, God, this is too damn hard. I'm trying to play it at the. It's not the highest difficulty, but it's the second highest because I was like, man, I really want to challenge myself.
Like Knight or whatever.
It's his whatever. Yeah, whatever the second highest one. I can't remember.
I play at Padawan that already got killed by Anakin level.
Yeah, you just lay there and they just play the cutscenes. You're like, this is so cool.
Yeah. Spectator level.
Yeah, spectator. This game is great.
Yeah, I mean,
press X now.
Actually.
Yeah. No. So I'm trying to play it. It's been a year now and I haven't completed it. So, but yeah, no, it's. No, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's confirmed that Starkiller is.
No, it's Ilum. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. I need some DLC for that game. It was a fucking great game.
Yeah, dude.
It was fun. I liked it a lot.
I love that we got cards for it, man. The Triple Force Friday last year was dope.
And it's funny too. I see a lot of people, trying to backtrack onto some of that stuff, and there's still stuff from I didn't get. I really liked those. What was it? The elegant engravings or some shit like that. That one set where they had the neon, the like 15 count neon. Mm-hmm. They had one with Kestis and Beatty, and then the other one was the Inquisitor.
Oh yeah.
Those were really cool. And then they had a gold one, and they had silver ones. And it was a part of those journey things.
Yeah, it was journeys.
Fuck my life, man! They killed me with those goddamn journeys, man.
Don't remind me about journeys. They'll bring them back.
It will.
I mean, it's a fun activity.
Well, they kind of are with this stupid goddamn fucking activity shit.
I apparently am alone here, but I don't think they're that bad. I'm kind of waiting for them to come to Marvel. I'm hoping, I guess, that they use it as a way to introduce unique cards that you can only get through this that might be challenging for people and thus theoretically limit the content. That's what I'm hoping.
Oh, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Yeah,
I know.
I
Oh
remember
man,
when I had hopes and dreams.
I have Southern friends. I know what that means.
Bless your heart. That's right. You know exactly what that means. I'll meet you for that one. So before we go to what you watching, did you have any shout outs or anybody you wanted to say hey to, or bring the heat for?
Nah, I'm all good. I don't know, man.
I didn't
listen to the Skuttlebutt Podcast, I guess.
Listen to the Skuttlebutt Podcast. Yeah, definitely.
If you're about Marvel, we talk about Star Wars and Disney sometimes too. If you hate Marvel, but for some reason are going to listen to our podcast, you figure your own stuff out there. But
I think I've probably sent all 4 listeners I could.
Excellent. We'll take them. I'll send ours your way.
2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and so on.
And then you'll have 10.
And so on. And then you'll have 10. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
that's all we need.
Roll out your Twitch feed and get like 1 person.
There you go.
He may actually just like laid his phone down and went to sleep.
It's possible because he's like on the other side of the whole planet.
Time zones don't favor.
I don't even know what time it is over there. I think it's like nighttime or something. Or fixing to be bedtime.
I always feel like it's nighttime outside all the time, and I'm surprised when it's not.
Lord.
That's how stupid I am. Okay, so I guess we'll go to what you watching.
Tell me what you're watching on your TV tonight. Tell me what you're streaming on your iPad. Tell me what you're watching every day and at night. I'll be outside watching from the bushes.
All right, so Dan, as our guest, please tell us what you watching.
Oh, it's all about the Mandalorian, dude. That's pretty much it. I guess I'm watching New Girl because I've never seen it. I'm always watching The Simpsons constantly. You probably see my tweets of Simpsons quotes all the time, Craig. But I mean, as far as what's currently on, The Mandalorian is it. Like this last episode, awesome.
Oh my god! Again, I was screaming.
Yeah, are we in spoiler country here, or are we avoiding?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, here we go. If you are
Awesome.
a fan of The Mandalorian,
and if you haven't watched it, what is wrong with you?
That's right.
Go now. Go now and watch it. Turn off the podcast and go now and watch it.
And then come back.
Watched it, then here we go.
Here
It
we
was,
go.
wow, it was a lot of
Buckle up.
crazy shit happening super fucking fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
man.
lot of cool shit. I mean, we were talking about last week. I'd seen a quote that somebody said that the Mandalorian is Star Wars now, and I'm like, cool. I'm okay with that. It's really good.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job, and that just fucking ices it, man. I'm seriously, that was so goddamn Star Wars. It was crazy.
It's. I honestly, I cannot think of a current canon piece of content that's come out that has been so just like beloved by almost every aspect of the fandom, and there are several. It's multifaceted in every sense of the word, but like this one is like everybody is there. My timeline on Twitter just fucking explodes with excitement at 3 a.m. on Fridays because everyone on it just saw The Mandalorian. Everyone's like, hey, don't spoil it for people who haven't woken up yet. They're all about this shit. And it's so good. That's the thing. If it were like mediocre, if this were like a cult movie type of situation, where, we're just all really liking that we like the same stupid shit, like the prequels. If it were a situation like that, it'd be different. But this is like legitimately good stuff.
Right, yeah.
It's so good.
They remember to have a good time. They remember they wanted the audience to have a good time, and they're just like fucking going for it. And it's really, I mean, it has everything to do with the fact that the property is so closely held by the people that are making the shit. So they're like, what can we do? Well, we didn't got to go check with anybody. We can do all the shit. I guarantee it feels like there's not much that anybody's going, whoa, dial it back, or you know what I mean? I mean, they're just kind of going for it. And the fan service, everybody bitched about fan service in the sequels, the reboots.
Well, it's a different type, right? And there is fan service, which is when you literally like ask the fans, what do you want? And that's kind of what J.J. Abrams doing in Rise of Skywalker, right? That's what he's got going on. Is like don't give fucking Chewbacca a medal. I'm sorry. I know some people are really, they have been uptight about that. Don't give him a medal. I don't care.
Well, like
that's
if
just
they had a medal ceremony for everyone, and he finally got one,
and he got one. That's the thing.
But he's the only one, of all these people that came back from this death mission. Hey, fuck that guy. Where's my fucking medal?
Right. It's like, no, they just like hand him. They're like, hey, remember your friends who died? They wanted you to have this, but not really. I stole it off their corpse. Like, that's
co-pilot. What the fuck does he get a medal for?
No, this guy whose podcast I listen to explained it so well. You want to give your dog a medal? Like, he doesn't need a medal, man. It's extemporaneous,
all the pain of seeing all of his friends die one by one. That medal, it made it all go away.
Right. No, it's the sake of it's purely for the fans. But the difference in The Mandalorian is that you have fan service that is thought about, and it's not what do the fans want to see, but what do we want to give the fans? Like what do we already know? What can we reference that makes sense? That fits into the world. In the first episode, the Anakin pod racer speeder was cutting it a bit close for me.
Yeah. I was kind of like, it looks familiar.
I was like, okay, this dude has Boba Fett's armor and fucking Anakin Skywalker's pod racer. All right, let's all be cool, about where we're throwing.
I have that myself. It's
there you go.
It's pretty sweet. We'll tell it.
But yeah, it's one of those cases of like they. I just think they're really reverent of what came before, but not in a way that's maybe like gatekeeping or that sort of thing. They understand it and they are themselves fans. In the purest sense.
I mean, like what you were saying about the reboots. They felt more separate, even though they had like our iconic Han Solo, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker all in there.
Yeah.
But they didn't feel as much an offshoot of the OT as the Mandalorian feels like. It has that OT feel about it for some reason that's different. It makes it feel more a part of the original Star Wars movies somehow. It's cool.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It just has this quality that's
and that's with them giving us new characters, tons all the time, and making us like interested in them, almost instantly.
Yeah, and they have this awesome quality of they get to be the point where all this other stuff meets, right? So you have Cobb Vanth in that first episode. He's originally a character in that first Aftermath novel, I believe, is where he first showed up. Which I think that was the first piece of Disney EU, if I remember correctly. But you have him there. You have obviously Bo-Katan, showing up in this latest episode. You're throwing Yoda in there, but it's not Yoda, right? You have this little version, and it's just all of these things that meld together into this like beautifully crafted, well thought out thing. And they're not just trying to check boxes off of, on a board. They're not just going through a list and saying, did we include this? Did we include this? It's like, if it doesn't make sense, they're not going to include it.
Well, they're not showing doors that don't go anywhere either.
Yeah.
As soon as we saw that Darksaber, everybody's like, okay, now hold on a second. That's
right.
Mandalorian serious shit, and Bo-Katan's the last person that had that, and all this blah blah blah. What happened to Bo-Katan? Well, let's answer that question right now. Here she comes. She just fucking landed on the deck of your ship and took her fucking helmet off, and it's goddamn Katie Sackhoff who did the voice of the one in the goddamn cartoon. Amazing.
Kicked so much ass, man. It was awesome. I'm not even a huge Clone Wars Rebels guy. I've watched.
Me neither. And I still knew what all that was and was like, holy shit.
Yeah, because it's fucking so cool, man. It's so goddamn cool. I was so excited. It's so difficult for me on Friday mornings because I literally this episode comes out at 2, and I queued up right away. I watch it at work, and I sit there, and the whole time I try not to like make noises You know, like I try to be a normal person for a while watching a TV show, but it's like as soon as I get off work, I'm just like, oh my fucking God. Like did you see that shit?
Social media.
Right. I'm on Twitter. I'm just like, typing away and just like having a crazy fucking time. Because it's that good. And it's just insane what they have done. I really love it. I want it to go forever. But that's also the issue. It can't go forever, and I know that, and I have to start accepting it.
I'd really be very happy if they stopped before it started to suck. If they can not jump the shark. If they went 4 or 5 seasons with this, I think they would have given us an incredible body of work. And I think they've also probably got a master plan where shit shoots, branches off. We're already hearing a lot of rumors about stuff.
I don't want a show for every dang character.
No, neither do I. But
I don't want that.
Right. And I think a lot of people get worried about representation, which is great. It's fair. And they should consider that. I don't think it can be answered by giving everyone a show though. Like you said,
No.
That I think if they can figure out ways to kind of just start including in what you are already doing, you can have the Mandalorian and you can include in there. And I think they've done a decent job of that so far.
Well, one of the interesting things that Lucasfilm and Star Wars in general has always had, they never throw away any good ideas. They may say, this isn't canon now, this is a legend, but they'll pick up and take whatever the fuck they want if it's cool and they can figure out a way to use it. And stuff like that. And I think, a large part of what's so important about The Mandalorian now, obviously, is because we can't go to movie theaters. We can't, there's nothing coming out in the theaters. And so they're filling a void here. And almost lucky them in terms of when, the Disney Plus launched and all that stuff. It's probably been fantastic. Way, way beyond projection ever of where they thought they'd be right now in terms of subscribers and shit like that. And then having an outlet for, theatrical shit that's basically on ice right now, being able to charge something primo like they did with Mulan, and they're looking at possibly other things as well. I'm shocked they haven't done Black Widow.
I understand what they're going for. I think it's slated for May right now is where they have it, May 2021. I don't think that's bad. I think
that's not unrealistic. It's potentially possible, but the question remains, will there be any theater companies left in business to do that?
I don't know. I don't know if there will. Obviously the infrastructure's there, so it pretty much depends on if somebody's willing to come in last minute and bail them out, and Disney will do that.
I think next year you're going to see a wave of some of the largest pop-up Halloween stores.
So many Spirit Halloweens.
Actually, that'd be a great business model to put the Halloween store in the lobby and then show horror movies in all the theaters.
Yeah, dude, free horror admission with mask purchase.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
because it feels like AMC's going right.
AMC's struggling, I think.
Well.
But this is the thing. It's obviously everything is going to change. That's just how we have all had to come to accept it as being. But I don't think movie theaters are going away. The real ones I think you got to be worried for are the smaller theaters. We have a couple here in the Twin Cities that I'd be very surprised, I guess, if they survive this. So I
have a friend that owns a funky little theater in a little arty part of town. And they've been doing a lot of different stuff. They've been doing a lot of drive-in stuff, and they'll basically go to one of the parking lots in town where they have big parking areas for the football games.
Sure.
And they'll put up a giant screen, and they have, I guess, like a short range system over the radio where people can hear the audio. And they do drive-in movies, like pop-in drive-ins over there.
Yeah, and drive-ins are great. I just happen to live in an area where
I don't know if that keeps the light on, because they've got a theater, one-screen theater, and actually 2 screens actually, a smaller screening area as well.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's all
the movie theaters never made any money on the movies. It was always about the snacks.
It's all about the snacks, yeah.
About the concessions. That's where they make all the money. So
I brought my own in anyway.
Find a way to sell some concessions, you can make some money.
Yeah.
So, well, I've been watching some weird stuff. Let's see. I watched. We both watched that Moonbase 8. Did you get through?
No, I did not watch that yet.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
I was watching lots of other stuff. I'll get to.
It's cute. It's fun. I mean, it's not super. It's not laugh out loud, gut bustingly hilarious as you would expect from the cast.
And that was Moonbase 8.
Moonbase 8. Yeah.
Is that Netflix or where can I find that?
I think it's Apple Plus.
No. It's not Apple. It is
Showtime.
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Or is it Showtime?
Just name all the streaming sources.
It's either
Netflix,
Showtime or HBO.
YouTube.
All right. I'll check them all. I don't have Apple Plus. That's like the one I don't have.
Oh my gosh. I'll have to get you on Apple Plus in a minute. I got something.
All right.
Yeah, if I watch something great on it, yeah.
Okay, cool. What are you going to tell us? Were you going to tell us?
Yeah, I will.
Sure. Okay, so Moonbase 8 is kind of fun. John C. Reilly and who else in it? John C. Reilly, he's one of my favorites. I love him. And Tim Heidecker from Tim and Eric's awesome show. Great job.
Oh, yeah.
And then I can't remember who the other guy is. They're all three really funny.
Is it Fred Armisen?
It is Fred Armisen.
Oh, my God.
Oh, perfect.
That first episode had that guy, that tight end, Travis Kelsey was in it.
Kelsey, yeah.
He was in it. And they're like this group and they're on a simulated moon base. So they're like out in a desert somewhere and they're supposed to be in the moon base. And so they follow all the rules of a moon base, except it's all incredibly sloppy. So I can't go outside. I got to put on a helmet. But so they put on this helmet, but like their bare hands are out and everything. It's stupid as hell. And then so Travis Kelsey was one of the members of this little crew that's stuck in the simulation thing. And he's a total fucking asshole. He literally plays like an 80s bully, like one of the 80s bullies from this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Movies. He plays it just like that. And then something happens and he gets killed, like in the first episode. Brutally, like horribly falls in a hole or something. And dies. And they show his dead body and stuff. It's great.
Perfect.
And, but then it's just stupid, but it's not laugh out loud funny. Like the way I told that was probably funnier than the show even is, but it's entertaining. And I've been watching a show, which is on, I think it's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix and it's called Midnight Diner.
Midnight Diner. Okay. I don't think I've heard.
It's a Japanese show. It's a short program. It's about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And it's super chill. It's just very slow, and it's got a really hard format where, like a good format where it basically kind of just eases you into night in the city in Tokyo. Mm-hmm. And here's this guy who has this tiny, I'm talking the size of this room is the size of his shop, his little restaurant.
Oh, sure.
And he's got a very small menu, but the rule is he can make you anything he has the ingredients for. And he seems to have the ingredients for damn near everything. And he opens at midnight and he closes at 7 a.m. And so his clientele is all these people that are after hours from work or people that work in the night. And there's prostitutes and gamblers and people that kind of come in and they have it's almost like the regulars at this diner, except they come in and get different food and stuff like that. But it's just super chill and super quiet. And the chef is just incredibly interesting as an observer. And as a character, he gives you nothing. He's like Wolverine. He's got this big scar over his eye.
Okay.
And he's this mysterious chef that can make anything, but you don't know really anything about. It's really interesting show. And the mood of it is really cool. And the music's kind of low and jazzy. And it just feels just like really like late night, quiet and calm, and all these little individual stories about all these quirky people that come in and out and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's a cool show. It was like a comfort food type show.
Okay.
And then I've been going the same way with gaming, as just basically going into just like, I just want to chill. I just want to relax. And I love the Fallout games and the Skyrim as well. Love those games. And the thing I've always loved about that type game is exploring, going out. Here's this whole place, and you can basically scour the thing and you find things, because game makers are clever little dicks, and they put shit all over the place for people to find, little haha gags and things like that. And it's always a big deal when you get to that new area that usually in the game, it like will unfold with this panoramic shot of this new place and look at all this stuff to explore. So I wanted to do that, but I really, I'm tired of Skyrim, tired of Fallout. So I played a couple of games where the whole point of the game is exploration.
Okay.
And one of them was Dear Esther.
Okay, I know it. I haven't played it.
I played it on, I've got this new beast of a computer and it can do fucking everything. So, and this is an older game. It's an indie little title. Like it's $10.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad it was only $10 because it was short as fuck. I played the whole thing in probably 2 hours.
Sure.
You literally like get off a ship and you walk and you're trying to get to this one place. And it basically, the whole game encompasses your walk through this place. And it's a beautiful island with all these little quirky sites. And then there's a voiceover. Every so often you'll come on a place and it's like a diary of someone. Dear Esther, I was so-and-so and so besotted with this area and all these different lands and all this weird poetry, really. It's prose that's coming at you and really slow. And there's the nice music that goes with it. It's just really fucking relaxing. I wished it was longer because it was nice. It was really good. And then I got another one called East Shade.
Oh yeah, I keep eyeing that on Game Pass, but I haven't clicked download yet.
Steam, it was like $12 on Steam.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass for Xbox if you do that at all. But I don't know. I've been
a la carte gamer. I like to buy.
Sorry, Greg.
I like to buy and discard individual games one at a time and waste my money that way, rather than get a subscription again. I was eyeing that actually. I was eyeing that subscription because they just dropped a couple of things on it. I was like, one of the things on the list they just added a Game Pass was SSX.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, SSX, I love that game. And I went and looked at it and realized, oh, I already own that. I bought it when it came out. So no reason to subscribe to that. So, Dear Esther is very similar. I'm sorry, that was really short. East Shade is very similar to Skyrim, except there is literally no combat in the game at all.
Really?
Talk to people. You can gather stuff. You can craft some stuff. And you basically you're a painter and you go around this beautiful area and meet people and talk to them. And occasionally you'll make a painting and they'll see you and go, oh, that's a beautiful painting. I'd like to buy that. And that's how you get money and can buy.
Good night, Call Me Nemo.
Yeah, he left a little while ago.
Sweet.
No, it just popped up now.
I did it. Thank you, Call Me. Thank you.
He said he was going to try and find that restaurant in that Japanese diner.
I don't think it exists. It's great. It's a really fun restaurant. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. So there's probably 20 of them now. There's probably a big successful show there. But East Shade's fun. We'll walk around, talk to different people, and there's some opportunities to, through the different dialogue choices, to change the story of the people and stuff like that. So that's kind of fun, and it's really cheap. And I've just been doing that. It's kind of a comfort food thing. I was like, I really want to go to play a game and just explore and have a new place to look at stuff. And so that's what I did. So now it's time for Creature Report. What's Creature Report? Creature Report. With all your educational programs. I know you watched a lot of stuff.
All educational programs.
You watched a lot of stuff this week.
Yeah, I did because all that busy stuff at work finally got done, so I could just do stupid stuff and watch Netflix. And
there you go.
Lots of other stuff. So let's see.
Of course, boy, it's a list here.
It's a list. Okay, I'm up to date on Fargo, but I'm kind of pissed off of Fargo because of what happened in it. I don't know if people are watching Fargo, but I'm not going to spoil it, but it pissed me off. Good Lord Bird, they just ended up at Harper's Ferry with John Brown. So
things are going great.
This is not going to go well. I don't think this series is going to go well. I think it's might be a downer ending.
Wait till season 2.
No, there will be no season 2.
I don't know history.
Ethan Hawke is fantastic in it. He's not been really one of my favorite actors before, but he's really
he is.
He really does a good job. He's really does a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. And and his daughter, the one who was in Stranger Things, what is her name? Is her name Maya Hawke? I think she's in the show as well.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Who is she? She was the
one that worked in the ice cream shop.
The blonde girl.
Things.
She was blonde. She's hilarious.
Yes.
She's a great character.
Yeah, she's great.
She was a good actor too.
She is.
She looks like Uma Thurman. Is
Yeah,
that right? Or
that's
Uma
that's her
Thurman?
mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
cool. So and they're both in Good Lord Bird, which is on Showtime. Long Way Up finished on Apple TV, which I recommend.
Okay.
And they made it through Mexico, through the drug dealing place, and made it to America.
Jump
And-
the Rio Grande.
Well, no, the last. Shut the fuck up, dude. The last episode was actually kind of crazy because they were trying to figure out how to get through northern Mexico, which is where all of the really bad shit happens,
Mhm.
cartels and the drugs and the whatnot. And they're trying, not to get Ewan McGregor kidnapped or killed.
Sure. Yeah, I imagine it'd be worth a lot. Kidnapped.
Yeah. So they
One of
actually got a bus, like a school bus, and it's like a thing there, these buses. And they like retrofitted it and took out the seats to put in beds, and so they could fit the bikes in it, and painted it and all this stuff, and had to do all because it was a piece of shit bus when they bought it.
They bought it in Mexico?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
a
no.
piece of shit.
It's not a new
It was-
vehicle.
oh no. They had, one of the producers of the show, they were like had guys working on it like nonstop for like 3 or 4 days,
Oh, God.
getting everything to get so they could get it, and then it's barely in the show. It's just a few minutes of them in the bus, and then they can get back.
But they
on the
wasted a
bikes again.
huge amount of
They
time of the
wasted
show
a huge
fixing
amount of
it.
time
Yeah.
showing them fixing it. So
Yeah.
much so they were joking about making a show of like Dave's do-ups because they like doed up this bus. It was ridiculous. But they managed
Nice.
to make it, and Ewan McGregor's alive. So yay!
All right. Didn't get kidnapped.
Didn't get kidnapped,
And he stuck the landing.
and he stuck the landing. Yeah. But
Oh.
I did have to resubscribe to Starz because I realized that the Spanish Princess season 2 was out. So I'm now up to date on the Spanish Princess season 2. I know you were concerned
Excellent.
about that. Then I started watching the strangest thing on Netflix
Really?
called Barbarians.
No, I haven't heard of this. What is that?
Because it's barbarians, it's Rome. Yeah, I like that shit. Of course, it's historical.
Do you like
didn't-
barbarians?
Yes,
Is that
they're
why
my
you like
it?
people.
You like me because I'm such a barbarian?
No, you're Italian, so I beat you. I'm the barbarian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Germans.
Okay.
The
Is it
Germans
like
are the ones who
realize-
defeated Rome.
I didn't realize you had barbarian blood.
Heck yeah, bro. So I want to watch the
Such a
Barbarians.
turn off now.
And
is it like Vikings?
kind of.
Okay.
It's in German.
Whoa, cool.
It's in German.
It's in
Well,
German.
Oh, that's-
she speaks German.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I
well,
have
there
to
you
have
go.
the subtitles on, so I can see the English, but the German I'm getting enough of it, but it's really bloody. It's
Okay.
very like Vikings like that. But
Gotcha.
I don't know. I've like watched half of the first season, and I don't quite understand what's happening. People are getting killed and whatnot, and horrible things are happening. But
Is it one of
it's
those
in
shows?
German.
Does it go to the bone zone? Is it one of those shows that gets really randy?
It did have some
Oh
of
my
that.
God.
There was some of that going on.
Yeah. There's a common thread with these shows.
There's some of that, and then there's some blood and some gore and some whatnot and some weird.
There you go. Kind of mix it up every once in a while.
Yeah. It's
So, yeah.
Netflix. And actually, it probably was they probably made it for German Netflix.
Asia Marie just tagged in, like literally, Call Me Nemo left, and Asia Marie showed up. It was like
They
you
have
guys
like a tag team.
Awesome.
Well, I have something for Asia Marie. I will get to. That is my last show. I will get to.
Okay, well,
Yes.
she came just in time.
She
Good.
came just in time. So that's Barbarians in German on Netflix.
Okay.
And speaking of Netflix, I just realized, and I'm very excited. I'm going to be chill. The Crown is back tomorrow. A new season of The Crown is going to drop tomorrow on Netflix. So I'm very excited about that because Princess Diana is going to be in it. So it's going to be great.
Oh.
It's going to be great. Although, bummer, it's not going to end well. But most of my week was spent binging Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix.
Ah.
I had somehow never gotten to, and I was like, I didn't really have anything, so I'm like, I'll just see, because people have said it's hilarious and it's fun. And, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Of course it has Timothy Olyphant in it, who's
Nice.
amazingly hilarious.
He is. He does comedy really
Oh
well.
my
He
gosh.
really does.
Him and Drew Barrymore were killing it. they had the snappiest writing in this.
Yeah, that's what I'd heard, that the repartee.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
And that's something you
Awesome.
don't see a lot anymore. Repartee.
Repartee.
Exactly.
A lot of that.
But yeah, and I guess it's not coming back for another season, so I just watched the whole thing.
That's
Yeah, because stuff happens, and I was like, oh no, what's going to happen now? But okay,
You're never gonna know.
Never
So what
gonna
was
know.
the show for Asia Marie?
The show for Asia Marie, and a reason why Dan needs to get Apple TV. Try it out.
Okay.
You know, they probably have like a subscribe for free.
Right.
10
Yeah.
minutes for
Try
$1.
it out. There was a new documentary that dropped, which I didn't even know about it. I was just like, I had finished, watching whatever the heck I was. I think it was. I finished watching Long Way Up, and I was going back to the main screen of Apple TV, and I see this thing called Fireball, and I'm like, ooh, I like fire. I like fireballs. And I like destruction.
Must not make joke.
Shut up. Shut up. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go check this out, and I'm like, oh, it's a documentary, even better. So, and it's like an hour and a half long, so it's like perfect documentary length, and it's by Werner Herzog.
Oh, cool. So is he narrating?
Excellent.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Amazing.
He
Yes.
narrates the whole thing, and
Perfect.
it's all about like meteors and comets and how that kind of has affected Earth and different places on Earth and fits into different things. But it's narrated by him, and it's just fabulous listening to him for an hour and a half.
Oh yeah.
And then like it has this soundtrack, which is just like kind of like overly mellow and dramatic in places, and just like a lot. But then you got his voice going along with it, and it was just like I was watching this, and I was like, Asia Marie needs to know about this show
Right now.
She needs
That's
to find
just-
out. Get this
Right now.
You need to get this.
You just booked her day. She
Okay.
just said, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Hour and a
today."
half. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's just great because and it's him and the stuff and the way he's talking about and describing these things is just like over the top as well.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
He's got a style.
yeah.
He's got
That's his style for sure.
It
You
is
know.
that. So
The spinning
people, if
of
you
the
don't have
stars.
Apple TV, you got to go get it. Get a trial just to watch this.
Okay.
Because it is worth your time. You will just be like, and then you kind of chill after it because you're listening to him for an hour and a half and this like kind of weird music in the background and and there's like comets and shit they're talking about and finding meteorites.
Well, there you
and
go.
I guess at some point he like went to Antarctica or somewhere in the Arctic and was like helping them find meteorites. Because he was like there,
Great.
Yeah, that sounds like Werner Herzog.
because he was holding the camera, so it was
Awesome.
it was
Yeah, he
a
gets
lot.
Didn't he do one about caves or something like that?
Did
one
he?
time? I think
I'm
he
gonna need to
did.
find that then.
He's
He does a lot
done
of
some
interesting-
real.
I like his
Did he
documentaries.
do the caves one? The caves in France?
I think he might have. Yeah.
Those Cro-Magnon caves?
Because he did the Grizzly Man.
Well, he's got the
Dreams.
volcano
Cave of
one.
Forgotten Dreams.
Yes.
No wonder why I like that.
Yep.
That was great.
Yeah.
Well, this is like that except with meteors and
Did you ever
comets.
see any of his
Okay.
movies with what's his face? Agira the Wrath of God? Stuff?
No.
They're crazy. They're wild. Making the movies was as insane as the movie they made. They're
Yeah.
fucking bonkers. Agira the Wrath of God's fucking nuts.
Well, so
No,
everybody
he's-
needs to check out Fireball, and it has like an equally amazing name. It's not just Fireball; it's Fireball: Visitors from Darker Worlds. Enjoy,
Ooh, wow. Cool.
Okay.
That was neat.
enjoy.
Yeah, he made a bunch of movies with Klaus Kinski. in the
Oh,
early
okay,
days.
yeah.
And Klaus Kinski is such a crazy fucking weird actor,
Yes.
anyways.
Yes.
And imagine him and Werner Herzog. They must have had the best. Dude, I'd be a fly on the wall for those conversations if I spoke German.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing. So
So that's it.
that's a lot. Well, that was a bunch, and we've had a huge show today. I
Huge.
apologize to our audience, but we had a lot, and I heard I wanted to do one final thought, and that is just I heard a phrase today that I thought was not today, but this week that I thought was so funny. Somebody said, I come from a place that has saltwater crazy people. I just thought that was the funniest goddamn term. Salt, not crazy people. Saltwater crazy people. It's like those crocodiles. You know, like there's crocodiles, but then the saltwater crocodiles will fuck you up. Those are huge.
I thought you were saying like when you're like out at sea, when you're like stranded out at sea and you're like so thirsty, you start drinking the salt water. Like,
I don't know, maybe it refers to that. It was such a funny phrase.
It's so weird.
That would make you crazy.
And it was the person that was saying it was very Southern. You know, I was like, I come from a place with saltwater crazy people, and I never seen anything like this.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it was great.
Southern expressions are my favorite.
Yes, they are.
They're good.
They're good. We don't have them up here, man. We just don't talk to people. That's
leave us the fuck alone.
That's the Minnesota way.
Yeah, you're in Minnesota.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Twin Cities here. So
all my folks are out of Pennsylvania, and we just say fungool. That's how we wave hi to everybody. Friends,
there you go.
People on the street, a fungool up your ass. It's nice. That's how everybody in Pennsylvania is. So, and hey, thanks for those electoral votes.
What?
Good job, Pennsylvania. So, well, Dan, we want to thank you. It's been a treat, a pleasure, a delight having you with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. It's been a time. It's been a long time, but it's been super fun. I have really enjoyed it. So.
Right, yeah, it went really fast. So we thank you so much for all your time, and folks, we thank you for your time. Those of you out there listening, we really do appreciate it. We do it for you, but mostly for me and my vanity. Really, that's really what it's about. It's me being able to get up and go, hey, everybody, look at me. I've got a hat. I'm a fucking idiot.
And it keeps him occupied for a bit, so I have some.
Yeah, it keeps me busy, and she can, go ahead and do puzzles or something. So we're available all over the place. You can find us on Twitter. We're at Hoardcast on Twitter. I've got an email, which is hoardcast@gmail.com. We got a phone number. It's 904-628-1138. Nobody ever calls. I don't know why we have it. The phone company is just absolutely having a great time with us. Keep paying that bill. Keep paying that Google Voice.
Pay anything.
Keep paying that Google Voice. Well, it's for you guys. It's out there.
If you want to refund us, send. We'll have a marathon to pay for our Google.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you can find our podcast on Apple, on Stitcher. You can find us on YouTube. We have a video version of that. If you're listening to us on any of those aggregators, Stitcher or on iPod, whatever, iTunes, give us a rating. That would really help us a lot. If somebody would go in and say, a nice rating would be good. A bad rating, I don't care. That's always fun too.
Don't do it if you're going to leave a bad rating. That's what I say.
Yeah, I'll take any rating. It'd just be nice to know listening.
I'm trying to help you, Craig.
So
I can only help you if you let me.
We appreciate you, Dan, very much for being here, and I appreciate you, Crystal, for being here as well. And thank you to all our listeners. Arrivederci.
Bye. I'm still not going to say his name because he broke his hand and he knows what he did, and he should have told the Jaguars already.
Boy.
See ya.
Bye.
And then after that, see ya. Don't want to follow that act.
That got weird quick.
He knows what he did.
We are Legion.
We are all.
We are one.
We are
Watching.